are Aunt Hannah and Mabel the pup. We live and work from our 50-foot narrowboat, the Corridor. Come and join us as we attempt to navigate the English canals and the world as full-time artists. Here we go. Welcome back to the vlog, everybody. It's episode who knows. Have you noticed that I keep getting it wrong? So one week it'll say episode 55, next week it'll say episode 55, or possibly episode 57. Sometimes it's been going backwards. But we've had a mixed bag of a week. I've been painting and it's not really gone to plan. You'll see why. We've been searching for fabric for our curtains, and we visit a really interesting place called the Depot in Weedon Bec.
Oh yeah, that was good.
It was good. So let's get this week started. You can see what we've been getting up to. Ant's making lunch.
If that doesn't make you want to subscribe to a channel, I don't know what will. That list.
Let's go. It's very dark on our boat at the moment. We've got some curtains shut, obviously, because the sprint's hanging up. But also, it's just like it's gone into that like miserable, oppressive grey sky. So sorry. We'll try and cheer it up a little bit.
Apologising for the weather.
And don't mind my fringe. Yes, I cut it in the dark. Yes, it went too short. Don't worry, it'll be growing back in like a week. Right, but what I was going to say was... What was I going to say? Oh! I'm getting more calendars. I decided to get just a few more calendars, and also what's very exciting, more exciting, is this fella back here is getting some calendars.
I'm doing a calendar.
Let's have a look. Scanning some pictures.
I'm scanning some pictures. Well, for those that maybe haven't followed my work for a long time, I've done a calendar in 2022.
Yeah.
And that was really good. It was a real success. Like, I ordered 100, which was a lot of money, but they all sold really quick. So I was really happy with that. Then the following year, I thought, yes, let's do a calendar. So I made another one, and it sold very slow. So that sort of put me off for 2024.
Wasn't it the...
It was when all the...
We had the...
Everyone's...
Sudden rise in...
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, so I don't know how many to do. I might do 50. But, so this was my...
Oh, you still got one?
This was my 2023 one. So it just gives you an idea. So they're really nice big pictures. And I do them like different orientation to yours. These are like landscape.
Yeah.
So they're really big versions of the prints. And they print lovely. So, yeah, so...
But this time, have you decided that it's gonna be a bit more boaty, isn't it? Because
well,
you've got more boaty prints.
I think I've probably just made a few more boaty pictures this year, so yeah. It's going to be a bit of a combination. It'll probably be like 80% narrowboat pictures, and then there'll be a few other bits in there. But I mean, it doesn't matter if you're not don't live on a boat. There's still
yeah, there's a little mix, isn't there?
Yeah, but,
little mix.
The other thing we've been sort of scratching our heads about is because like there's that picture I've made multiple times. So it's this one, isn't it? It's this.
Yes.
This is the composition, but I make different versions of it, like with different skies and stuff, because it's just fun to do. But can I put that in a calendar with like? I mean, you could have that for summer. You could have that for later in the year.
Well, I think so, because they ask like the composition is.
They always change slightly.
They always change slightly, yeah. So that there's a different. Idea.
But I just didn't want it to feel too samey. But they are like represent different seasons, so that might work.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're just scanning some pictures now.
Well,
look, got my glasses back. I'm very happy about that.
I feel like we're suddenly talking 100 miles per hour. It's because we're on our third coffee.
We've had a lot of coffee. I've been running around doing shopping stuff. And we literally just this minute thought, why don't I do a calendar? So we're like full steam ahead.
Sometimes I think we just go fast because we've got a lot to say and we want to get it in. And then other times we don't have anything to say for quite some time.
I know, but what we don't want is for it, like just big, long, drawn out bits of us just gassing on.
Are you still with us? And calm. Time to paint.
What?
Are you okay?
Yeah, it keeps auto saving, which is worrying me because
Well, you did it last night and then it didn't save.
it didn't come back.
Technology.
Right.
Are you nearly there?
I think so. I'm just going to put the
Titles of the pictures.
yeah.
All of the links and stuff. And then didn't you have a picture on the back last year?
I think I did have a picture on the back.
What of you?
Stop making it sound weird. I just had that on the back.
Oh, you look terrified. Okay. Do we need to do a new picture? Hang on. Do some headshots. Right, so I have got my base colours on. My friend wanted it to be a day scene, so I've done like a summery day. And now comes the task of starting the boat. It's always quite hard because it feels like I want it to be a block colour, and it's quite a deep navy blue, so I've got a bit on, but it needs to be darker. And then what's going to be tricky is the coach line. So I think they've got like a cream and a red here, so I want to get those details in, so let's have a go. Right, so we are in Weedon Bec to look for fabric. We've been told there's a wicked cool fabric place here, and also a really exciting thing that we'll show you in a minute. We moored up here through when we came off the river, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Go on to the Oxford, and we stayed on a viaduct and walked down here, I think. Right, let's go and see if we can find it. Ant's got a hot foot for some reason.
Found.
Well, Well, there's absolutely loads here. I'll show you downstairs in a minute. There's like all sorts of patterns. It's all cotton.
Yeah, we're going to be able to make this into curtains.
Well, Auntie Tracy is. Actually a quilting place. You can come and make quilts and get all of your fabric that you need for quilting. I didn't know it was here. And it's absolutely fantastic. There's so much. They've got like William Norris as well, which is like a well-known fabric. I've got to find something that doesn't have too much pattern and isn't too dark. So let's see. You found anything?
I really like this. I wouldn't have it for curtains, but how cool is that? That's really cool. But and this, look, this is really cool.
Oh yeah, that is. You've got like these eyes in some of your prints.
Have I?
Yeah. Weedon Bec is a very interesting place. There seems to be a lot of history here, and I'm going to find out what that history is.
We're going somewhere cool now, aren't we?
But we're going somewhere very cool in 3, 2, 1.
Right, this is the Royal Ordnance Depot in Weedon Bec, and it dates back to 1802, just prior to the Napoleonic Wars. The purpose of the site was to store military ordnance of small arms and cannons. The site included royal pavilions, an equestrian centre and barracks for the soldiers.
So I think this used to be kind of navigable, and the boats would come down here, drop stuff off, and then it'd be taken by the army. This is like a barracks. It's a barracks, right?
Yeah, something like that.
What did you just say?
Like a big arsenal, like a big storage for weapons.
Yeah. So it would come in by boat, here, right up to there, right actually into the building at the end, and actually go inside with explosives.
Blast houses.
So the canal went through there, through right to a blast house. Down there, the water. 2 train lines running through, and they came through into the arches of this building and another building opposite.
Apparently, so the man we were speaking to said that this place was built in 1803 for the Napoleonic War, and he said this building here, number 7, is where they kept prisoners at one point.
Gosh.
You won't be able to move in there for ghosts.
But he's found so much stuff lying about as well.
He's given us this breastplate. This is some sort of breast... Is that what we said it was, a breastplate?
I'm sure he did, yeah.
But we'll try and clean this up, shall we?
Yeah.
I don't know if we can, but we'll try
But it's just that whole thing of a story still being here, layers of stories.
But look at this spooky building. The actual site was strategically and purposefully situated in the very centre of England to try and protect it from coastal invasions. Ooh, good idea.
You know how last week we were talking about time travel?
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
It does feel like we've like stepped back, but it feels really eerie, like it's kind of just, it's telling us a story here, but it's like we've moved on, but you can still see that story. Look at that.
That's so cool.
From outside it looks like a kind of barren place that's just been left, and then you come into here and it's like an emporium of treasures. It's just packed to the brim. A very go, you always find little references of the canal. It's only that actually, because Ant and I didn't grow up around a canal. I mean, there is one in Milton Keynes, we're Bedfordshire way, but it was just never part of our...
No.
Like, I don't remember ever thinking about or walking down or having that in our lives. We always had the river. And then you realise how many different people, you know, the canal is just something that's in their lives from growing up. But for us it wasn't really, was it?
No, not at all.
It wasn't part of our kind of childhood memories or anything.
Oh God, an actual Ouija board.
Don't touch it.
Why?
Maybe bad luck. Lady in the Emporium was just, and I thought this might come up, was just telling us about all of the hauntings. I mean, this couldn't be more of a place that holds that idea of being haunted with all of its stories and past, and yeah, it's just in the fabric of the place, isn't it? So whether you're a believer or not, it does hold haunting stories. So it's the next day and I had a little bit of a disaster with my painting. I'm going to explain what has happened and why I need to do it again. But I'm putting my best foot forward, so let's have a look. Right, so I know exactly what's happened, and honestly I think I could have foreseen it before I even started. So can you see how this all looks really patchy? And almost like that cauliflowering that you can get with watercolour, where there's like too much water. Well, I'll explain. So I really took a lot of time doing the sketch on this one. I wanted to get it just right, but I also had a bit of a problem with the sketch and I kept rubbing things out. I used a really abrasive rubber, and as I was doing it, I was thinking I'm probably going to be ruining the surface of the paper here. And I was correct. As soon as I started putting that blue paint on, it just didn't sit right. It was going patchy. The surface of the paper was ruined. And the rubbings out were all on the boat, because that's what I was trying to get so right. So now I know. I knew before. Let's start again. Most of the work is done because most of the time is taken up in the sketch and how it's all going to be put together. So now I know what I want it to look like, what the composition is. I can just redo the sketch, make sure I don't ruin the paper, and then I can start again. Right, that's about it for this week.
You don't know how many takes we've done of this.
Because we just start talking, but then we're talking too much.
We're just going off on a great big rant.
It's quite funny because when we're out and about, we're not really that talkative, are we?
No. Right, info. Yeah, so yeah, we haven't done much this week really, have we?
You finished a calendar.
I did finish a calendar. And if you'd be interested in the lino print calendar and you'd like to see the pictures that are going to be in it, I done a big post on my Ant Savage Art Facebook page, and you can see everything there. And I'm going to order them tonight. We'll list them, and they take a couple of weeks to get to us from the printers, and then hopefully send them all out at the start of December.
Lovely job. I've got a few on my website as well, on my Etsy shop. All the links are in the description. So yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and we popped up on a video for Narrowboatlife Unlocked. They've got a YouTube. Go and check them out. Thank you so much, Paul and Anthony. It was great to meet you.
Yeah.
So go and check that out.
Yeah. That was nice, wasn't it? When we went for a meal.
I think that's it, isn't it?
I think that's it. So
Hope you're all well, and thanks so much for watching. Do make sure to like, subscribe, push the notification bell.
Yeah, and if you are new here, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. All right, see you soon.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.